Hello and welcome to Element 29 Resources, our highlight presentation outlining our initial mineral resource estimate at our Elida porphyry copper deposit in Peru. This presentation will include some forward-looking statements, and I urge you to review that section on our website in more detail. Element 29 is focused on growing resources at what we think are two flagship porphyry copper projects in Peru, specifically our Elida copper deposit and our Flor de Cobre project. Both of these provide the company which we see a pathway towards low-cost, low-risk copper production opportunities in Peru, and really kind of pave the way for us to reach for building a large copper resource base in the country. Our Elida porphyry copper molybdenum deposit is located in west central Peru. You can see on the map where it's located. It's about just over a 4-hour drive north of Lima up the Pan American Highway, and then inland just over 80 kilometers on paved regional highway from Barranca to the project area. Some of the advantages that Elida has is that it is at lower elevation, and it also is close to transportation routes, an electrical grid, along with a hydro substation, a 45 megawatt substation in close proximity to the project as well. Additionally, we're nearby ports, as well as a skilled workforce that services some of the regional mines in the area, specifically Antamina and Serra de Pasco. So the highlights of our inferred mineral resource estimate at our Elida copper deposit is that we've tabled a 321.7 million ton inferred resource, grading 0.32% copper, 0.029% molybdenum, and 2.61 grams per ton silver. This exists within a pit-constrained model and at a 0.2 copper cutoff grade. And one of the advantages and one of the pluses that we see is that there's a very low model strip ratio in this conceptual pit of 0.74 to 1 waste to mineralized material. Additionally, there is a near-surface higher-grade subset of the mineral resource consisting of 34.1 million tons at 0.55% copper, 0.037% molybdenum, and 4.4 grams per ton gold. Here you can see our resource table at various, and you can see the sensitivity at various different cutoff grades that we've presented within the results. At this point, I'd like to turn over the presentation to Paul Johnston, our VP of Exploration.
Well, thank you, Steve. Yeah, this is a section that's cut through the center of what we call Zone 1. It shows the original topography with the pit constraint in green, the central porphyry that occupies the center of the mineralized halo, what we informally refer to as the donut. And you can see the drill holes in the brighter colors, and the block model are all those colors and colored according to the legend on the side, on the right side. So what this diagram shows is the mineralization starts at the interface between the colluvium and the bedrock. And extends down in a more or less vertical geometry. You can see some of the higher grades within those drill holes are at and close to the surface. We can also see the longest drill hole we've drilled on the property, Elida 25, which is showing mineralization continues at least 900 meters below surface and is still in mineralization, meaning the deposit is still open at depth. What the mineral resource estimate exercise has done for us, and in addition to giving us the tons and grade, is helped us understand where we need to do more drilling. What this has shown in this diagram shows in blue the areas that we've identified requiring more drilling, and that would be focused on looking for near surface, that would be mineralization that would fit in that constraining pit shell. You can see that there are sections in the deposit that don't have drill holes. So draw your attention to the northwest corner and the southwest corners where you see the blue shading. The idea with our future exploration would be to test for continuation of some of the higher grade mineralization that's been intersected along the northern contact of the central porphyry and trace that to the east and west. And we would drill shallower holes to test for that along strike. We would also see us expanding the mineralized zone, in particular on the northwestern edge where there's no drilling, to constrain that interpreted limit of mineralization, and also on the southwest side where there really isn't any drilling in that whole sector of the circular donut. There's also potential to expand resources in the other zones that we've identified in the cluster, which is the next diagram. This is a diagram showing, first of all, the outline of the sericitic alteration that's been mapped and interpreted around the various porphyry centers, 5 of them in all that we've identified through exposures of porphyry and alteration patterns. So we have plans, we'll be planning to test each of these zones in the future and potentially add to the resources that we're building on Zone 1. So at that, I'll pass it back to Steve just to sum things up.
Thank you, Paul. So to wrap up and to summarize, we're very pleased with this initial mineral resource estimate for our Elida copper porphyry deposit. It's, as we've tabled, a significant resource, 321.7 million tons of 0.32% copper, 0.029% molybdenum, and 2.6 grams per ton silver within the pit-constrained 0.2 cutoff grade. Once again, the low model strip ratio certainly offers advantages along a potential development pathway for this project, as does that near-surface higher-grade mineralization that we've been tabled there of 34.1 million tons of 0.55% copper, 0.037 moly, and 4.4 grams per ton silver. It's worth mentioning that the molybdenum and the silver grades, certainly have the potential to enhance project economics going forward, subject to metallurgical test work. I think at this stage, I'd also like to, really just offer my thanks to the exploration and technical team for a job well done. Over the last year and a bit, they've accomplished a lot, taking it from our initial drill program on Elida to being able to take it to our initial mineral resource estimate. Certainly a testament to their capability and professionalism on the project. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today for our highlights of our initial inferred mineral resource estimate of our Elida deposit. And if anyone has any follow-up questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us by email or through our website. Thank you very much.